Good evening, everybody, and welcome again to Hometown Cable. Our program is called What's Going On Here. My name is Bob Venn, Calvin Castine with the camera, and where we have gone before to Plattsburgh, we've gone over toward Ellenburg, we've been in Vermont a couple times. We went a lot further this time. We are going to Belgium. We're going to talk to somebody from Belgium, but she came at least halfway. We didn't have to go all the way to Belgium. And your name?
I'm Celine, Adnet.
Okay, now, I had trouble with that. Anne, A-N-N-E,
Yeah.
dash,
Yes.
Celine,
C-E-L-I-N-E.
and your last name?
Adnet, so it's A-D-N-E-T.
Okay. Do the double name like that, are there many people that have a, like Anne Lise, Anne Celine?
I think it's unusual even in Belgium.
It's unusual?
Yeah.
It is, okay. Were you named after a grandmother or something like that?
I think my mother liked Anne Celine, so, and somewhere she just heard Anne Celine and was like, oh, that's pretty, so she just chose it.
Okay.
I think it's the story.
So, when we came here, Sam came and I came to do the preview for the musical. And one of the group of 4 or 5 girls, this young lady was in the group, she was in the musical, and when she spoke with me, told me her name, there was an accent. And I thought she was giving me the accent of the musical. So I tried to give the accent the same way. And then Sam said, ask her where she's from. So I asked, and she said Belgium, and Bob Venn was embarrassed because I didn't mean to be fooling around at that time. And we won't embarrass you anyway.
No problem.
So you are here. Why are you at Chazy? What got you to Chazy?
I didn't really choose Chazy. I'm really glad to be there, but it was just an exchange student program, and I just chose the area, like Canada and North Country, because of the landscape, and just I knew the people were probably really friendly. It's what I heard from Belgium, so I just choose the area and they just send me to Chazy. I don't really choose the village, I just choose the area where I want to go, and they just put me in Chazy. Usually they put people in little village because they know people are really friendly and they welcome really well people, so it's why they choose village, and that's a great one, Chazy.
Okay, now we're going to go back and just find out a little bit about Belgium and where Anne Celine is from. And if you will look at this National Geographic map, France is, let me open this up a little bit further, give you an idea. France, England, Luxembourg is here.
Luxembourg.
Belgium, Netherlands. And I've outlined Belgium. All right, that's where she is from, right on the North Sea. Although you're not on the sea coast.
No, I'm kind of in the middle.
So this will give you an idea, and over here, this is Germany.
Germany, yeah.
Okay, to the east. So with this in mind, and you can keep that in mind, here is a map that Anne Celine has that shows you all of Belgium.
Yeah.
And here is Brussels, where we probably know more about than anything. Antwerp. That's the Belgium. Antwerpen.
Yeah.
Okay. And your home is
Right there.
right here, and it's called
Fos-la-Ville.
Fos-la-Ville. How big is Fos-la-Ville?
Like Chazy. I don't know how many people live there, but that's a pretty small village too.
Is it a farming village?
Not really.
No.
We got a couple of farms, but they are really small. When I see the one that you got in Chazy, like Minor Institute, I mean the farm that we have are pretty small, but it's not really farming. We got a couple of them, maybe 3.
Okay. What do people do for a living in your immediate area?
Usually, they have like little store. We got more store than in Chazy, like
More stores.
we have more store. Or usually they live in Fos-la-Ville, but they are walking to a town. Like people will go to work in Plattsburgh in some factories or industry or bigger store or more.
Is where you live? Is it a wooded area a lot? In the area, is it open? Hilly?
It's not hilly. It's
No?
kind of flat. We got quite a few woods. I'm in the countryside. I can say that, but like the village are more dense. I think it's characteristic from Europe. We don't have like those big field like you got in Chazy. So everything is dense. We got the same population, but I would say that the size of my village is probably 1/3 of Chazy, maybe.
Population?
No, just size.
Size. Okay, you're closer.
Yeah.
The houses
Everything.
from one to the other, are they attached, a lot of them?
Yeah, a lot of them.
Okay. Tell us about your family, your mom and your dad.
My dad is a teacher in another town than my village, a college teacher, and he also has, with my mom, a swimming pool business, and so he can do both because we sell basically swimming pool during the summer or at the end of the year when there was exams, so he can probably deal with both of his job. And I have one sister and one brother. I'm the baby, and my sister is 25, and she's getting married next April.
You'll be home.
Yeah, I will be home. She wait for me. And my brother is 21, and he's still studying in Brussels too, where I'm going next.
So you'll be going up to Brussels for college, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what
year.
you want to be yet?
I'm going to a college for communication, so also radio station and television. But my dream is to be an actress, but I know it's a dream, so I just want to have a diploma in something sure and get a job before, and if I can do it, I will, but we'll see.
Well, yes. All right. Now, you are out of school, right? You graduated from high school.
Yeah.
Is it 12 years there like it is
Yeah,
here?
it's 12 years, and basically I went to school at 3 years old. Like every kids are going to like what you will call a private school here from 3 to 6 years old. And I don't think it's called compulsory, but like everybody puts his kids in those kind of school because it's paid also by the government.
Okay. The language, what's your native language?
It's French.
French.
Yeah, French.
Okay, so that's it, French. Does a lot of people speak English?
We kind of have to, because we know that we're in Europe and a lot of countries all around us, and I mean, I don't really speak German, and I never learned, but I know that the German people can speak English, so like everybody tried, it's the international language, so everybody learned English.
You learned in school?
Yeah,
okay.
in school.
How many years did you have English?
4 years.
4 years?
4 years.
That's all?
Yeah.
When you were in high school?
Yeah, when I was in high school.
You speak very well.
I had to learn. I'm here for almost for 8 months. So
You've been here 8 months now?
Yeah, I've been here 8
We'll take a short break. We're talking with Celine Adnet, native and resident of Belgium. She's here in Chazy, and we're glad she is, and we thought you'd like to meet her too. So we're going to be finding a little bit more about how she got here and this great exchange program for students. And we're glad that people here have learned from you as well as you've learned here. We'll be right back. And Celine was very thoughtful, brought the flag from Belgium. It's blue, black, yellow, and red.
Right, yeah.
How old is Belgium? Do you know? Is it
It's like the country really, we were independent in 1838.
Okay.
I can check, but I think
160 years or so. And you've had the same flag, right? Straight, this is your flag?
From the independence,
Okay.
yeah.
Are there any meanings to the colors?
Yes, it's pretty sad, I think.
Sad?
Like the black and the red. The red is for the blood, and the black for the mourning, for the people who died for the independence.
Okay.
And so they still put the yellow. The yellow means gold and prosperity for a new country, so a new start, and probably hope for people to be rich and have a good economy and keep growing.
You brought this with you when you came?
Yeah.
Great. We'll just put this back here, put it back afterward.
Yeah.
Now, your national anthem, the name?
La Brabançonne.
Say that again.
La Brabançonne.
What does that mean in English?
I don't think.
There is no meaning in English.
I don't think there is a meaning in English.
All right. Do you, when you have sporting events and things like that, do they always play the national anthem?
For the sport, even yes, but we don't sing at school or I never really learned the national anthem. I mean, I know the meaning in some words, but I cannot say that I know my national anthem. I cannot really sing it.
Okay.
Just know how it goes a little bit, but we don't really sing it.
Do you go to school in
Fos-la-Ville?
Fos-la-Ville?
No, I went to school in, I think, a bigger town. It's about 20 minutes from my house.
How do you get to school?
Sometimes it was by bus. We use a lot of transportation, public transportation, and sometimes I went with my father because it's the same town that where he is in college. So.
Do you have a big house where you live?
I would say quite
big.
quite
2-story.
Yes.
2-story. Brick, wood.
Brick. We got a lot of bricks. We don't use wood. I don't know. People don't think it's.
Probably don't have enough of a forest.
I think we get forests, but like people would think that it's not strong enough.
Not strong enough.
And maybe I think it's also more expensive just because it's unusual and everybody uses bricks or even stoves. Like people that still have some old house and they don't really build it, they just renew it or try to.
All right. There came a time when you were. When did you first think about wanting to come to the United States on an exchange or for a visit?
I think when I was maybe a freshman or sophomore, I was like, oh, maybe I want to do something different after my high school. But it was just more like a dream one year, and I heard about some people with YFU or AFS, and I was like, oh, it sounds interesting. And when I was a junior at the end, I was like, oh, maybe I have to do my decision now. I just have to know if I really want to do it. And the problem was the money, basically. Because YFU and AFS sometimes it's a lot of money in the same time. So, and I heard about the Rotary. It's basically a scholarship that they give you if you are selected. And so you can go 1 year in any country in the world, I would say. And they even give you money each month when you're in the country. So I was selected and I chose this area.
Okay, you took a test?
It's not a test. It's kind of an essay. It's more like a question, but you have to elaborate your question.
Why you wanted to come to the United States?
Why and what are your background, what motivation, and what you did in high school, and normally, usually, you have an interview afterwards. But I didn't get any because I was the only one who applied in my Rotary club. So they just check my application and say, oh, you look fine to me, so you can go.
Okay. Now, so you graduated. Is the school year different there than it is here?
No, it's the same. It's 6 years, 6 years. I mean, we get.
But I mean, did it start in September?
Yeah, and finish in July, June.
June,
end
okay.
of June.
Is your weather pretty much the same as we have? No?
It's much colder.
Colder?
Here.
Here.
And the winter is much longer
Okay.
for me.
Is it the same time of the year?
Yeah. Usually we can get snow, sometimes we don't, but we usually get snow January or February. So I would say it's almost the same, but like when you get a long December, we usually have rain, like in December and October, November. We get snow, and after we get rain again, and after we get summer. And I think we have a longer summer.
You have a longer summer.
Because in April, usually people open the swimming pool and are going to be in short. And
Are there a lot of pools in your community?
they're coming.
Yeah?
They're coming, yeah.
You hope there's more of them because your father sells them, right?
Yeah, sure. I think you get more here too.
Right.
I would say so.
Yeah. What does he teach?
Economy and accountability in businesses in college, yeah.
I don't know why I would ask this, but how old are your parents?
My father just will turn actually tomorrow 51.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
He's going to see this, so we better be careful here.
I don't know if he's going to
Happy
see
birthday,
that.
Dad. Happy birthday,
say
Dad.
Happy birthday. And my mother will turn 50 in August.
Okay, so in the United States, about 2 to 3 years difference between the husband and the wife.
Yeah.
There's always 2 or 3 years here, give or take, you know. That's a general rule. And apparently they're usually a little older than the wife, too.
A lot.
Okay. So once you knew you had been accepted, at that point, did you know you'd be coming to the northern part yet, or is that decided later?
No, I knew what they call the district, and the district, it goes up to Canada, up to Montreal, and even Ontario, and down to Albany. So it was pretty big. I mean, I just knew basically what the weather will be and all this stuff, but I didn't know where I will go for sure until July, I think, the middle of July. I got my address and the name of my family.
Last July?
Yeah, last July. So, but I was one of the latest one, I think.
Okay. Have you talked much French to people since you've been here? There's a lot of Frenchmen in the area.
I've been quite a bit to Montreal, and I have a friend there. So when I go there, of
In
course,
Chazy, you haven't talked much French?
not really.
No? There's some Frenchmen
A
around
little bit.
here?
I was in French 3 at the beginning of the year to help me a little bit with the English. So I took French, but I didn't really talk French since I'm there.
Now, when we were standing up at the flag, you must have noticed that this lady is dressed differently, and this is not the common dress. Stand up again. This is not the way that they dress with buttons like that. What? Tell us about these buttons.
It's also with the Rotary. We got all the Rotary exchange students. They take a jacket from home, and usually we get one color. Like I know Canada will be red. I choose blue, and we just exchange pins and sometimes just sticker or patch, and we put everything on your jacket so to show people.
So do you write to people in exchange, or have you had this before you came?
Usually we meet people from our district like once a month or maybe
Now?
other month. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, so I met people
Yeah.
this is from Australia, there was them from Mexico, Europe, Asia, so we really meet people from all around the world.
So you brought a lot of from Belgium,
Yeah, I
then
brought
you've
some from-
exchanged.
Yeah, and you just exchange, and it's a good memory.
Just like Olympics,
Yeah.
You sit down again. Yeah. I just thought that you would want to see. That's why. That's not what she normally wears.
No.
You ever wear it to school? Have you had a chance
No,
yet?
I didn't.
They
I
probably
didn't
would-
actually. I should, I guess.
Someday would be nice.
Yeah.
You know, there must be
Yeah,
times you could wear
I
that.
didn't even think about it. I
No?
usually wear it when I go to the Rotary meeting, so they just know that it's me. It's
Do you go to many Rotary meetings? What you say, once a month or so?
I try to go once or twice a month.
To Rouse's
So-
Point?
No, to
Plattsburgh?
Plattsburgh, the noon Rotary. And they just like to see me, and I like to see them. They're really, really friendly.
Well, we're going to take a break, but before we do, the most important question I would have as a parent, when you first mentioned this to your mom and your dad, what did they say?
I think they were afraid, probably, because I mean they didn't know the country, they
course,
didn't know the
of
parents,
course.
but they didn't really talk about that with me because, I mean, they knew I was kind of worried too, but I was excited to come, and it was this mixed feeling. So they just helped me to prepare myself and just helped me with the administration paper, and so. I think they were afraid, but they didn't show me that they were afraid.
They didn't say, no, you can't do that,
Oh, no,
we're
they
not
was
happy
just-
about that? No, nothing like
They really
that?
helped me, and they was like, yeah, that would be a good experience for you. And my father loved traveling and loved language, so it was like, just do it. That's the time to do it.
Okay, now before you came, had they ever been to the United States?
I think they've been in New York City just for
Once?
business.
Okay. Now, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. We're talking with Celine Adnet. Celine. Okay, I think we were talking about before, July, you got an idea you'd be coming northern New York.
Yeah,
You start getting excited.
yeah.
You
and
start
afraid.
figuring, and afraid too? You were how old then? You were 17?
I was almost 18. I just
Almost
turned
18.
18 in U.S.
Now, do they tell you how much you can bring in poundage or what you should bring?
Yeah, and it was hard.
Well, yes, it's hard, because what do you know? Do you wear slacks at home?
Yeah, I think we were the same. I mean, the same clothes
Okay.
or some. Or I just kept mine, but it was hard to choose, and it was just. I mean, I was for 1 year, so I couldn't bring all my bedroom, so I just had to choose. And I mailed a big box, so my father mailed it, and I think it was there when I arrived. So it's just what I had to do, and I think it will be more difficult to come back just because
you picked up stuff?
Yeah.
Do you like to shop?
That's okay.
It's okay.
I don't really love
No?
it. No.
You don't? No,
I
wow.
don't really love it.
All right. July comes along, and you knew you were going to come over when?
Mm-hmm.
What time were you coming?
I could choose. It was up to me, but I wanted to spend all the summer with my friend in Belgium, so I left the August 26th, and no, actually I left 25th, and I was there the 26th.
Now,
So-
I heard, when? August?
August 26th.
Okay, I heard you say your friend in Belgium. Is that what you said? Or your family? Your friend? Boyfriend, you mean?
Oh no, all my friends.
Your friend. All right, all your friends.
All my-
I'm not going to
and my
ask you about
family.
boyfriends, but because you said that. All right. At this point, you knew where you were coming. You knew who you're going to be with?
Yeah, I just knew the name, and
Okay.
I faxed, I think 2 or 3 times with,
Okay.
so it was the Sniffens.
Okay,
I faxed
Dr. Sniffen is the director, the head man at the Minor Institute and the operation out there in and around the farm. We've talked with him on Hometown Cable. You've met him, and we were very impressed when we met him. And so you were coming. They had no children at home, right?
Not at home. They
Not at home
got
at the time.
2 daughters, but they were
Okay.
out of home.
So now they would put in their name with a rotary and say, we'd like to have somebody stay with us. Is that how it happened?
I think it just usually, I think I'm the first exchange student with the Rotary in Chazy, because usually they put in Plattsburgh, just the Rotary in Plattsburgh. And this time, I think Mr. Sniffen really wanted an exchange student because her daughter did it, and she went to
Oh,
Finland.
she did?
Yeah,
Oh,
she went to
okay.
Finland. And actually, Mrs. Sniffen went 1 year also for exchange student in Belgium.
Oh, well.
So, and they really, I mean, they were ready to welcome somebody. It was like, oh, we just have to see with the school, so they didn't know. And they have to find another families too, because usually we change 2 or 3 or 4
Okay, so
times.
you weren't going to come and stay with them for the whole
No.
year. Okay, you knew that before you
Yeah,
came. Did you
usually,
know who
yeah.
the others were yet?
Not yet.
Not-
I mean, I met them, I think, at the end of August
Okay,
too.
okay. You mean by a letter or by a...
No, when I arrived.
When
in
you
the United
arrived,
States,
okay,
yeah,
all right.
I met
Did
them.
Did you know their name before that?
No,
No, you
not at
didn't.
all.
Okay, so you stayed with the Sniffens how long?
I think 3 or 4 months. I don't
Okay.
until December.
Okay, and then you went where?
With the buttons.
The Bottons, that's where you
Yeah.
are now?
Yeah.
So you'll be there the rest of the...
Yeah, I
year.
will be there. I was
Okay.
supposed to change to her mom's, Rosemary's mom's.
Okay,
but
so her name was Rosemary,
Rosemary and Tom Button.
and her name before was?
Sousa.
Sousa, the
Rosemary
farm
Sousa,
just
the
past
farm
what we
Sousa.
know as Russo's Corners, heading south on Route 9. And it's Tom and Rosemary,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Was she the coach or was she the player, the ball player? Which was she?
She was coach.
Huh? The coach. She was the coach of the girls. All right. Now, you finally decided what you were going to bring. You fill one suitcase or 2?
I could bring 2, so I bring 2.
Okay. Did you
Definitely.
bring your security blanket or that little thing that you like to have to make you feel at home?
No.
You didn't have a little teddy bear, nothing like that?
I brought a teddy bear.
Oh, look, oh yeah, that's what I mean. That's like a security.
My,
you know?
my best friend
Of
just
course.
gave me for my birthday a
Okay.
teddy bear, so in the
You
plane
brought
I
that.
brought with me.
Okay.
It was the first time I took a plane also, so I was like kind of afraid to.
Uh-huh.
So I
It
brought
was,
a teddy
that's
bear.
another change, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you came, you landed in Montreal?
No, I landed in Washington and I did Washington Burlington.
Okay. And the Sniffens picked you up in Burlington or the Rotary?
Yeah, the
Sniffens
Sniffens
did?
and the Rotary, some member of the Rotary.
Uh-huh.
So that was nice. There were a lot of people there. I didn't expect with so many people. I was like, wow,
Uh,
the beginning.
Well, so then, when you landed in Washington, you've been to Brussels before. Brussels is a good-sized city.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to any other country other than Belgium?
France.
You
I'm
been to
going
France?
quite a bit. My mother is French, so I got a house in France, and I'm going quite a bit. I still have a lot of family in France. I've been to Netherlands and Luxembourg and England.
See, the girl travels well. All right. So you got here, and you drove by car from Burlington over here, and you said you had about a week before school started.
Yeah, and that was great because Judy Sniffen, she just brought me directly to Philadelphia. So I got a chance to see Philadelphia.
From here, you went to Philadelphia
Yeah,
right away?
Right away. I mean, I got one day, and the day after, I got one party with some of the friends from school that Rosemary Button organized, and the day after, I was on my way to Philadelphia.
With their daughter or Mrs. Sniffen?
With Mrs. Sniffen and her daughter.
And her
because
daughter.
She was studying in college in Philadelphia. So.
What was the biggest surprise or shock to you in the United States? Anything surprise you or?
Everything was big.
Big.
Usually I was just like looking around like a little child, toys or something. I think everything was big, like the car and just the field, and even in the house, like the fridge, and I mean everything was just bigger than in Europe.
Bigger.
Yeah. I don't really realize it anymore, but like I remember like just big.
Well, that's the thing is, many times time goes by and you forget how you feel on those things.
Oh, yeah.
Like a big surprise on some of those things. But when did you first think maybe you're lonesome?
I think probably I wouldn't say the first day of school, because like the first day everybody comes to you.
Oh yeah, that's
new
a big
kids.
kid. Oh yeah, new
Who
kids.
is she?
Yeah.
So like everybody's like, oh, hello, how are you? And
Uh-huh.
but like maybe 1 week afterwards, like people just are kind of used to it. So just hello, but I couldn't really speak English yet, so I couldn't have a lot of friends. But so I think maybe at school at the beginning, I was just like feeling, who am I? And
What am I doing here?
What am I doing here? Because when I was in the family, they just take care of me all the time and asking how I was doing. But I didn't really feel alone a lot. I mean, they were really friendly, and it's a little school too,
Yes,
so
it
I
is,
think it was really easy
Okay.
to have friends in Chazy School.
Okay, we'll take another break. We're talking with Celine. Belgium is where she's from, and she's glad to be here for her year on an exchange student basis in Chazy, New York. As you know, there's so many things to talk about. We're drifting, and we're getting back to the country of Belgium. And you said in size, it's about 1/4
Yeah, 1/4
of the size of New York State.
Yeah.
So it's not big. Now, Calvin was asking off camera, what was it before it became a country in 1830? And it was part of it was part of France?
Yeah, sometimes we were part of France, and sometimes part of the
Netherlands?
Netherlands.
Okay. And you said that there's a division within Belgium
Yeah.
of languages. And whereabouts is that?
About the middle, like
About-
really, you can take almost
Across,
right,
yes.
yeah, across, and
This
the
is the-
south it's French, and the north it's Flemish or Dutch. That's
Okay.
the same.
But they also speak French?
They speak better French than we speak
Dutch.
Dutch, but
Right.
they basically speak just Dutch.
Does that cause a problem in the country where there's different languages?
Yeah, it does.
It does cause some
It
problem?
you can compare with Quebec.
Okay, because when you go to college in Brussels, there's going to be people from the north, and they
Yeah,
will-
but they got two universities, one in Dutch
Okay,
and one in French.
okay.
But there was some problem with it. There was some radical and some people who wants to really separate Belgium into a country.
Crime-wise, is Belgium to have a lot of crime?
I don't think we got a lot of drugs too.
Drugs?
I think we got drugs, but I mean in the city too, or like even in town. But we cannot have any guns like you do in America.
You don't have to. You don't have the murders that
no,
we do.
I don't think. I mean, we have some, but it's really unusual. When you heard some people were killed by somebody else, we're like really shocked, and that's a big event in Belgium. And I think it's maybe just because we cannot have any guns home, or at least you have to have a permit or something. So people are just.
Yeah. I just
less
heard today
violent.
on TV, 44 million Americans have guns.
Yeah, I was.
44 million.
I didn't know that before. I heard that in social studio. Like,
Yep.
oh
Just-
yeah, I've gun in my home. I was like,
Okay,
"Yeah."
now you said when you see any picture of a community in Belgium, you'll see a steeple. There's a church. And
Yeah.
in the southern part, at least, it's mostly Catholic.
Yeah, I think
Right.
in the north part too.
North, too?
Yeah.
All right. Are there other churches, too, in your
We got
community?
Protestant.
In your community? Yes?
Not in my community.
No?
But close.
Are there any problems between the Catholics and the other churches? They more or less like
no.
each other, don't, not really
No.
problems. All right. Now, you see, but then I see houses which are what they call row houses, which only have a front and a back. Your side is a side touching some others. Your home is a separate home.
Yeah, it's a
where you
separate
live.
home. Yeah.
So you live outside the community a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not really in the community.
You have a very big yard?
Wait, quite a bit more.
Big yard.
Yeah.
All right. Now, this is in the southern part, you said?
Yes.
Here's a picture of Brussels, and this is,
It's not every day like that.
No.
It's exceptional.
okay, now this is right in the government square?
Yes, it's what you call, it was the government square.
Okay.
Because now it's basically hotels and restaurants, but it's still
Okay.
2 or 3 administration
Okay.
buildings.
Is Brussels is the capital?
Yes, it is.
Okay. This picture, on the other hand, is Bouillon. Is that right? If you'll notice, let me put this where I can balance it. The homes along the water here are all touching. See, they're all, and even over here, there's very little room between the homes. That's common, right?
Yeah, that's really common.
And you said there's very few frame homes. They're mostly brick or stone.
Yes.
A lot of gardens, flowers.
Yeah, people like that, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And basically the one who have little gardens, they try to do a beautiful one.
So do you go, when you go on vacation from your community, where would you go? Do you go in the mountains, on the seashore?
I like to go, because my mother is French, I got a house near the sea in France,
Uh-huh.
so we are going quite often there. And I like going skiing too. So, but I have to go to Switzerland when I want to go skiing, or in France, also in the Alps.
But you go by yourself, or is that a group
Usually
of
I go with friends.
friends? All right.
yeah.
Here's another, see the row of houses again on the water?
And it's the city of Sax, Adolf Sax, the one who created the saxophone.
Okay.
He's from Belgium.
Okay, he's from Belgium, all right. Do you notice the country, you have a lot of trees? You have a lot of trees in Belgium, just like
Yeah.
here, huh?
In the southern part, it looks much like here.
Okay. Let me see. Okay, you got to school. What courses do you take now here?
Here, I have English, social study. This semester I took U.S. history because I would like to be graduated, so I wasn't really good in U.S. history, so I needed to take the class. And I took photography. No, I took drama, and now this semester I have photography. I have gym, band,
Huh? What instrument do you play?
clarinet.
You've been playing before?
Yes, 8 years,
Uh-huh.
a long time.
Okay.
I think that's it.
Okay, so then there was a musical. Chazy is very famous for their nine musicals here, and you decided you'd like to be in
Yeah, I never been in any
no,
musical.
and you were here. You were, as a matter of fact, you had 2 parts,
Yes.
right? And what did you play both parts?
I played Russian dancer and Jewish dancer.
A man in both cases,
Yeah,
right?
a
She was a
man.
man. Can you imagine? This lady was a man, but twice. It was hard to pick her out in there. Katie also was a man. I had a hard job to find her at first out there.
Yeah, she was.
You enjoyed that? I
Oh
take
yeah, I
it,
really
huh?
enjoyed that. I really love theater, and if I want to be an actress, I was like, that's a good thing to do and good thing to learn. And it was really a good experience. I wasn't used to dance and sing and act on stage, so that was just the perfect thing, everything that I like in the same time.
Okay. Do you drive?
In Belgium?
Yeah? Do you drive here? No?
No,
You never had a license yet?
we need to be 18 in Belgium
Okay.
to get the license. And actually we have the permit at 18, and we have to learn during night month, so you almost get your license when you are 19.
Okay. Now, you've been here for 9 months, right? Give or take? Close
8 months.
8 months.
8 months.
Everything that's been happening so far, is it what you expected? Are you satisfied?
than what-
Much more than
Oh,
what
yeah.
you expected? Yes?
Yeah, definitely.
Does that mean happy?
Oh yeah.
Yes? You like that? huh?
Really happy. Yeah, I couldn't believe that. Whole what I did, I still cannot believe that.
You're going to go home and tell all your friends to get
Yeah.
on the list, huh?
I write them a lot, so they already know a lot of stuff.
Okay.
But
Now, it must be tough. You've been away from your family for 8 months. Never done that before.
They came.
When?
They came in February,
Did they?
so it's like kind of a break. Just my parents.
How long were they here?
10 days.
Oh, well, that was nice.
Yeah, that was short, but that was really nice.
Was there
Thanks.
was there a lot of sadness when they left? Because they know you're going to be going home, in 6 or 8 months.
Yeah,
but-
that was okay because I knew that I was going to see them again, and
Uh-huh.
it was that I was really happy that they met my host family,
surely,
so
surely.
they can understand when I write to them now. They say, "Oh yeah, it's Chazy School. I saw
Uh-huh.
it." So
Have you sent pictures?
yeah, I sent a lot
You've
of
been
pictures.
sending a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
All right. We'll take another break, but before, does that mean the day after school gets out, here the 21st or the 25th of June, you're going right straight home?
No, no, no.
No, 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 no.
I'm doing a U.S. tour all July, and with the Rotary. The Rotary organized a big U.S. tour. So I'm
With
going
other
to-
students who are
Yeah,
here with the Rotary?
With, I think there was 7 buses from students from all around the world, and we're going to Arizona, California, Washington D.C. and I don't have all the schedule, but it looks pretty big and pretty exciting. And I'm leaving the probably August 10th, but I want to stay 10 days with my friend from Chazy and do parties and say bye bye.
When you come back from
Yeah,
the trip,
from
you'll
the-
stay 10
yeah.
more days, and then, okay. My last year in high school, we went to New York on a senior trip, and I thought I had the world by the tail. I mean, I thought, what a great thing. I was going to New York City. Today, they're coming here from Belgium. Our students are going to France for 10 days. They go all over the world, right?
Yeah.
But we're going to take you to this place where you're going to watch what's we're coming up next. Listen to this. You've heard me say before that when we take a break, it's not only so that you can watch the messages that Hometown Cable brings you, but it's also a chance to give Calvin a rest from the camera on his shoulder and a chance to talk about something else. And Calvin's question was, what about stores? Are the stores shopping very much different in Belgium that you go to than it is here in the States?
I would say so. We have more little store, like people just go buy breads and pastry in one store, buy meat in another store, fish in another store, and we just have some malls. They are coming more and more, just like, I guess it's easier, but still people just like walking on the street and just do shopping by going maybe in 10 store if they need 10 different things, and it's usual to do.
When you go from your house to buy something at a store, can you walk? Are you close enough to walk?
I'm close enough from a grocery store, so yeah, I
Okay.
could walk.
Do you wait on yourself in a self-service, or does he take it from the counter and put it on the counter for you?
I do by
You
myself.
pick up yourself, huh? All right.
Usually.
What are the? I brought a few National Geographics with stories of Belgium, not only to look for some pictures, but also like to have, if she can find enough space in her box, maybe you could take these home. I'm sure her parents might enjoy them. One of the communities we looked at was a place called Bouillon, B-U-I-L-L-O-N. Well, here it is here, and look at that circle of water. Look at that location here. And this is a typical little community, would you say?
Yeah, it's
Of course, they
quite
don't
a
have
big-
water like
it's
that.
It's a big community.
This is a big community? And where is this in Belgium?
It's in the south too. It's about, I would say, maybe an half hour from my house.
Is this a tourist place?
Yeah,
A tourist?
during the summer they
Right.
get a lot too.
Do you have a train going through your community?
No, in my community, just where I go to school, I got a train,
Okay, but you,
and I get buses.
okay, so you go from your home to a public bus, you mean, right?
Yeah, public
in,
bus.
In your community, you can go to school on a public bus?
Yes,
You can,
we
okay.
use a lot of them.
Not a school
Train.
bus, a public bus?
No, we don't have school bus.
You don't have school buses,
no.
huh? What'd you think of that when you first saw a school bus here?
I knew it by movie.
Well, that's the other thing. What you know about United States a lot was by movies, right?
Basically, it was the first. That's the one thing that I remember. The first thing I was like, I'm in a movie.
Yeah.
I was just like, just in a movie. It was just like the school with the locker, with the gym, the auditorium. I was just like, that's
Yeah.
a movie. But it's just what I knew, which maybe is bad. Sometimes it's like stereotypes. But
Of course, that's natural. When we go
Yeah.
to Belgium, and if we didn't have someone like yourself to go visit and take us someplace, we would hit all the tourist places.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody goes to the same, go to the church, go to the city
Yeah.
hall, and they all see the same thing. You are here able to see everything.
Yeah,
You know?
it's what is really nice.
That's very
about
nice. Yeah.
exchange
But
students.
the movies can throw you off a little bit, can't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. They don't. They show just one part of United States. I mean, United States is so big, you cannot just do a general ID.
Are you a TV watcher?
I like just watching movie that I like,
Uh-huh.
but I'm not like sitting during
You
2
don't watch a
hours
lot of
and
no?
just-
Okay. Do you have a TV in Belgium at home?
Yeah, yeah.
Same type of programs that on 12, 15 hours?
No, we have much less channels that you do, and we don't have specific channel like just music. Or usually we have one channel and they do news, they do weather, they do some movie, they do sports. They just every channel do like kind of everything, and you just choose which one you rather watch. But
You play on the soccer team here, I understand.
Yeah, I did.
Did you play soccer in Belgium?
no, it's not for girls in Belgium.
not, huh?
No, nobody. I mean, I know some girls who did, but that's really unusual. One of my friends, and it's not really a friend, did it, so that was it.
Well, they've got some very good girls' teams.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Not only in soccer, but basketball and softball.
yeah.
They've got some good teams. These girls play a good brand of sports.
Yes.
Okay. The Bottons now. You live at the Bottons, and what does Mr. and Mrs. Botton do? Are they does Rosemary teach?
No,
No?
she is
A homemaker at
no,
home?
she works in Plattsburgh
Does
in
she?
Northern Insurance.
Okay. And Mr.
And
Botton?
works in Malone in the prison.
Okay. So he's a correction officer?
I
Yeah.
think so. I don't know exactly.
Okay. You have a lot of prisons in Belgium?
I think less than you do too.
Less-
Yeah.
We have a lot of them. We're
You got
the
a lot of
prison
prisons,
belt up
yeah.
here. Yes, we are.
You have a lot of prisons.
So you have a mayor in your community? Is there a
Yeah,
mayor?
Yeah, a mayor.
Uh-huh.
That's what we call a mayor.
Okay, when you get home from school, you get home from school at what time? When you're in Belgium? 4 o'clock?
5 or 6.
5 or 6? Oh,
Sometimes,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
It's a longer day. We usually finish at 4 o'clock school.
You go to school till 4?
Yeah, from 8:15 to 4.
So there's not a lot you can do in the evening. By the time you eat and do a little bit of homework, it's time to go to bed nearly.
I guess so, but I did a lot after school.
What
so
do you,
I
like,
just-
for instance, what would you do? Is there a place to...
Usually we don't have any sport or any arts in school, like we don't have any music.
Mm-hmm.
So there is what we call an academy, where we can go after school, and it's kind of a school after school, but it's nothing to do with the school, it's other building and another place. So I went to play clarinet there, do photography and drama, and I learned music, of course. And I was also in a theater group with my parents in the town where I go to school. So I did quite a lot also after school. I don't know exactly how I did, I guess.
This is, well, now
Organize
you're
myself.
talking after 6 o'clock, right?
Yeah, often, yeah.
Because
Oh,
you-
like right after school, it was just me, and like at 4:15, I finished school at 4. At 4:15, I
Okay.
was in to learn clarinet with my teacher.
Okay.
or-
Now, we eat here, for instance, a dinner from any time from 5 o'clock until 6:30. Do you eat that early in Belgium?
I think no.
Europeans eat a
usually-
little later, huh?
Yeah, we usually eat like 7, 8, sometimes 9.
Is that late,
during-
huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
And old people like to eat a lot. Like my great mother, I know she eats
Okay.
like
Oh,
around
now
5
listen
or
to this.
6.
Listen to, what's an old person? Careful now, be
she's
very,
80.
oh, so you have to be 80 to be old, right?
Yeah,
Am
sure.
I getting old?
No.
Not a bit. Way to
Not
go,
at all.
young lady. Tell you she's diplomatic, huh? All right, we're going to take another short break. I want to look, see if I can find some other pictures here and see where we're going to go from here. We're going to find out what she's got in, another trip. We'll be right back. I don't know if my face is on camera or not, but if it is, and it's red, it's because we were going to see some slides, and I brought my I brought my movie projector, not my slide projector. Don't do that very often. I haven't used either one in a long time. This is a picture of a book. What is this we're looking at?
It's just kind of a parade or carnival in Belgium, and we have a lot of them. I think at least during the summer and when it's when it's beautiful outside. You can find almost every weekend in any village. I mean, in one of village in Belgium, you can find a carnival or a parade.
Do you go to many of them?
I like go to some of
You
them.
do?
Yeah.
What are
big
the
one.
flags or the?
Usually they just represent one sort of costume. Like
Okay.
people have one costume with one flag.
Okay.
And they just march, and you can just make a differences.
We'll look at another
It was there.
picture here. This is part of a carnival too?
Yeah, it's another one in another village, and they are just really different from village to village. And just people choose costume, create some.
Do you see a lot of tourists?
In Brussels and Bruges, basically I would say that the city that you know maybe from Belgium, we got a lot of tourists, yeah.
But in your own community? No?
No.
When
No.
someone is visiting from outside the area, everybody knows it?
Yeah,
They
I
see a
would say
strange
so,
face,
yeah.
right? What are we seeing here?
It's like the typical old house from Belgium.
Okay, close to the road,
Yeah, close to the road.
sidewalk, right?
Yeah, with the stove.
Stone,
Pretty old.
yeah, and a bicycle.
And the old bicycle. We
Are there
don't
many
use that
cars?
anymore.
No, are many cars?
Yes, maybe a little bit less than you. We got, but I would say a lot of people, a lot of families have 2 cars.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh, so that it's not strange here.
One or 2 cars. Yeah.
Okay. You have more than one television?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, in the house, yes? They do.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Right.
or 1.
This is typical countryside?
Typically from the south.
Okay.
So you can see that. I mean, that's not like Chazy, but it's still a lot of trees and open country.
Okay. That's water. All right.
This is Belgium too.
Belgium.
And this is from the northern parts. It's, I don't know if you can see, but she's doing some lace. She actually have all those kind of little wood stick, and she got one, the beginning of the lace, and I don't know exactly how she does it. I mean, that's really hard to do, and if I think there's maybe some people left who are able to do it, and you can see that she's really old, and it's typical for her too. She's just moving around with all the wood stick, and at the end it just make a beautiful lace.
Do you have a lot of old people? Do people live long, older?
Yeah, like 90, 80.
You do? You have your grandmother still living?
Yeah.
You
my
do have?
grandmother.
Here's another.
Yeah, this is
On the
Brussels.
top here is
I
what?
don't know. It's Brussels and it's mannequin piss. I don't know if
What does that mean?
it's just the symbol of Brussels.
Okay.
And it's the little man. And there was a legion,
Mm-hmm.
and it just said that this man pee on the fire, and he saved Brussels, the city of Brussels. And his parents just found him on the corner where he pee on the fire, and so just people make a statue. But it's really little. I mean, that's just this big probably.
When they
But
do
it's
that
really
here, they don't
famous.
get famous when they do that here.
And that's really, I mean, he's really famous. It's
Yeah?
usually
Uh-huh.
from Brussels, everybody's going to see him.
Okay, now this is typical grapes and an outdoor market.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of grapes actually, so it's probably old picture.
Uh-huh.
We did have some.
This is old. This is 1948.
Okay.
This is 50 years ago. But it is older. Now
This is typically also from the northern part. You
Okay.
can see the roof are really, really
Uh-huh.
sharp, and live just near the water. And they used to go they didn't have any car. They used to go just travel by boat. They just use the canal and just.
Do you have a lot of canals and rivers?
I think they have more in the northern part than in the southern part.
Is this a typical dress, or is that the northern also? More Dutch, huh?
It's more Dutch, but we
So
got
that-
also a Dutch community in Belgium near Germany, so it's probably around this area,
Okay.
but it's more from Holland and from Germany.
That's Dutch again. I think these are Dutch.
Yeah, but
Northern?
there are also probably people who are doing parade and carnival,
Okay.
and this is also typical just parade, carnival, and have party and have fun during the weekend.
This is just after the war. This loading a car on or off the boat, huh?
Yeah.
What kind of cars do you have? You mentioned the cars here were big. You have small cars?
Smaller, yeah. I mean, we have big trucks too, but that's not usual. We don't have those big, really big trucks for transportation that you
don't have?
No, we don't that. I don't even think that they could fit in our road.
Roads are very narrow.
Yeah.
You drive on the left side or the right side?
No, the right side.
Right side, like we do here. Okay.
And we get a lot of European car, like Volkswagen and
Are you
Mercedes.
okay? Are you anxious to get Mercedes? There are a lot of Mercedes running around
Much
there.
more than here. Yeah.
Are you anxious to get your license and drive?
I think it's useful. I don't think I will be like a lover of driving. I just will use it when I need it. But I think it's really useful. It's easy.
Here they like to ride. You know. Now, when I forgot. This is a typical beach area. Are those in the south or the north?
The north.
The north,
We just have the
okay.
beach on the north.
Again, you see the flowers, lots of flowers. That's typical?
Yeah, we like it. Yeah. When
Okay.
spring's coming, we just put flower all over.
Do girls go out date when they're young in Belgium? At 17, could you have had a date and go out?
Yeah.
16?
I would say, yeah, around 16,
16?
17. It depends also of the parents and the education.
Oh, yeah.
I would say it's big difference between a city like Brussels and maybe a little village.
Right.
But yeah, usually, like when you're in high school, we're just beginning to date, and it's not a big deal because we don't have any car, so it's not like going out and somewhere where parents don't know where you are. You usually.
Well, your parents would let you go out when you were 17.
Yeah.
They let you come to the United States all by yourself when you were 18. So they're going to let you go out when you're
that's
17.
True. Yeah.
They must have a lot of confidence in you, obviously.
Yeah,
you're very close to your parents. Are people very close to their parents?
I was very close
More
to
than
my
here?
parents, and I think I became much closer from them since I'm here.
Oh, yeah.
Because I just explained them everything.
Uh-huh.
But I know we have a lot of divorce too, and like split family. So
You do have a lot of that?
Yeah, it really depends from family to family. I cannot say that we are really close from our family.
Well, Anne Celine, the next time you'll really appreciate your parents is when you are married and have your first child. Then you will appreciate your mom. You'll know what she's been going through all those years. You can bet. You can bet. All right, now, when you, I want to be like Art Linkletter, you know. What did your parents tell you not to do when you're here? Anything? Any direct? Now, you don't have to be real personal here now, you know, but
I don't.
say thank you. They make sure you say thank you. You didn't have to go through all that.
Yeah,
did you?
like all
Did
those
they?
kind
They
of
tell
thing,
you
like
make sure you say thank you.
Just behave, like
Of course.
just be
Of
careful.
course.
And I think they were like, just be careful, don't go outside by yourself alone. I think, and they had like those stereotypes that like it's really dangerous, violence, and so they were like, just follow a friend and just know who you are going with. Because I'm just going and I don't really care who I'm going with.
You got to be careful of that. Of course, you know you are
And so they knew that I had to be careful. But basically, they knew that I had a family there, that I have the Rotary.
Oh, yes.
So, I mean, I wasn't by myself, really, with nobody that I knew. So I think they just put confidence in me, and I just wrote to them to reassure them, and that was fine.
Yeah, of course, I called Anne Celine about 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, and asked her if we could meet her either a Thursday or a Friday night to do a story about 3 weeks ago. And she said, I won't be here. And I said, oh? And I said, where are you? I didn't ask where you're going. You said you're going where?
To Brazil.
To Brazil. And I said, that's a great weekend. But you went to Brazil for how long?
10 days.
10 days to Brazil. That's another side trip. What a great time. Must have been great, too. We'll get into that when we get back. But since you've been here, you've been keeping, would you say, a diary, so to speak?
Yeah, it's basically a photograph, a picture, but I just write something, just what I'm doing, but I put much more picture and just some from magazine or anything to just remind me. But yeah, it's kind of a diary with a lot of drawing and picture.
Before we take that break, what do you like best about the United States so far? What's your best thing you like about it? Don't say me, because that's when you...
That's hard to say.
Okay.
I think I really...
Very broad
I cannot
question.
really say that United States, but I really like being like in Chazy.
You do? Okay, okay,
like
Chazy, yeah,
this,
that's what I
like,
meant.
This little community with a little school where like people take time to take care of you, just to take time to listen to you, and all the activity that you have around the community. So I think I was really happy to be in a little village, and I know maybe some other exchange students will be, I want to be in the city and do stuff, and I think I did a lot of things just because the people were friendly, and they really host me like a little princess, and I'm like,
is that right?
I
Yeah,
was
great.
just-
Now, this is going to be on TV, so we don't want you to name your best friend because a lot of people think you're their best friend. But you've made some good friends here in
Oh, yeah.
Chazy?
in the senior, like Katrina Robinson, Hope Bachelor.
Oh, these are other people that went to Brazil too. Katrina, they were also part of that musical too.
There was Sarah Smith, Kristen Rikowski, Missy.
Don't forget anybody.
Yeah, and that's the problem. I would say, really all the senior were really like they are my friend now, and they don't. Sometimes I really like it, but they forget that I'm from Belgium. They're like, just you're a senior. I just forgot that you spoke English in French in Belgium, and.
You think you're going to see any of these people over in Belgium?
Normally Katrina is playing.
I wouldn't be surprised, Katrina. You want to believe it, huh?
I really would like it. I would love it.
I'm sure her parents. I was talking to Katrina's parents last Saturday night after church, and we were talking about her trip to Brazil a little bit, and she's an outgoing person too, and her brother Michael same way. We'll take another break right now, and then we're going to come back and we're going to hear why, if you live in the great community of Chazy and you're from Belgium, what are you doing in Brazil? We're going to find out. Off camera again, we were talking about, we've had some exchange teachers in our family. They came over, one lady from England, one lady from Denmark, and when I was talking with her, just one evening, I asked her some of the surprising things that surprised her over here, and one of the things she said was so many heavy people, and that they don't eat what she would consider good food. She's noticed that when you go to restaurants and things. Have you noticed things like that?
Yeah, I would agree with her.
You would?
I mean, if I eat normally, I would eat in Belgium, people would say, you're really healthy.
Because
and
you eat quite a bit, you mean?
No, just because I eat more, I guess, vegetable or fruits or just yogurt, and just people will say that I'm special because I'm healthy, but in Europe I would be just like anybody else who are eating more vegetable.
But here they would eat differently than that.
Yeah, I
you
think
notice that?
Maybe more snacks or maybe more chips and junk food.
Do you ever eat at home in your living room when you're watching TV?
That's unusual.
They do here a lot,
yeah,
right?
A lot, yeah. I mean, we do sometime when my parents are gone or when I'm alone in my house or something, but usually we try to eat all the family together. And
okay, but I don't know who cares about this, but maybe somebody might. A typical day when you're not going to school, all right? You get up on a Saturday morning at what normal hour?
Usually, because I was going to photography, so it was 8.
Okay. Now
7,
your
8.
parents are not going to work that day?
My mother, if it's the summer, she would
might?
work for the...
Okay.
Because the store is downstairs.
You eat a
in
big
my
breakfast?
house. I don't eat any breakfast.
You don't eat any breakfast?
That's bad.
Do they normally eat breakfast?
Yeah.
They do?
Yeah. And on the weekend, maybe a bigger one.
Ham and eggs or...
That's unusual too.
what would you eat for normal breakfast?
Like sandwiches and cheese.
For breakfast?
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, cheese or maybe chocolate with bread and
Okay.
cereal.
Now, what's a normal lunch, would you say, if at home?
On the weekend, we usually we eat a hot lunch and a big lunch and a light dinner. So it just could be vegetable with meat or vegetable with fish and potatoes or rice and bread or...
Okay, so are there many heavy people in Belgium?
Not so many.
Not
no.
so many, huh?
I don't think so. I kind of forgot.
You kind of forgot. Oh, you've been here. You kind of got used to it here, huh?
Yeah. But
all right.
I just don't think so.
All right. Now, you're going to have great... Well, I know what we're going to do. Brazil.
Yeah.
What were you doing in Brazil? What made you want to go to Brazil? And tell us about that trip.
I didn't really think about that before I came. It was just thanks to the Rotary and Exchange program, I met a friend, a guy from Brazil, and he got back in Brazil in January. And he told me, okay, if you want to come visit me, I mean, you're in America, it's the time to go to South America.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I just need to find the money. And I found the money for the ticket, so I just spent 10 days with him and his family.
So you flew down to where?
To Sao Paulo, and afterwards I took a little flight to Recife. It's where I spent 10 days.
Okay, now, he was up here in this area, was he?
He was in Messina.
Messina?
Yeah.
On an exchange like
Yeah,
this?
with the Rotary too.
Okay.
And I met him in one weekend that we do with all the exchange students.
Yeah. So you're going to meet people and have people to write to when you get home,
Yeah,
right?
probably.
You're
Basically from the trip, like the big trip. So.
When you write to your parents, you write in French or English?
In French.
In French. So can you write letters in English?
Yes.
You can? All right.
Yeah.
You're
I can write essay, so I guess I can
okay,
write
all right, all right.
letter.
Okay, so you went down for 10 days. That was during the Easter holiday.
Yes. It was a winter there, but I got sun. I didn't get any rain, just one day.
Great opportunity for you. Now, when you want to do that, do you need more permission than from the Bottons where you're staying?
Yeah,
you have to get permission from home?
The Rotary needed the permission from my parents.
Of course,
But because they came in February, that was easy. They just signed a paper. That's fine with us.
They knew that then, that you were going to do it?
Yes.
Okay, so that's
We
no
knew
no
it. That was
problem.
plain,
But
yeah.
they do watch over you, make sure
Yes,
that, because
to be
that's
sure.
a good program they
I
have.
mean, yeah, I was going to visit a guy
Of
in
course,
Brazil. I
yes,
mean, that
yes.
was kind of tricky.
yeah.
So.
Well, whenever you leave the country. All right, so now you want to keep memories of what you were doing here. So she's got a very extensive 70-sheet, 78 cents, right there, see, from Woolworth. A lifetime book, but it's a great way to keep it right there. And she's already a young person. Look in the back. See the little stickers? Look. Frick or lowers, I don't know what that means.
That's from Canada. That's in French.
Okay.
It means French pride, and it's like a Belgium expression. So.
you've been to Canada too?
Yeah.
No problem getting up and back?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. And she's got some other pictures on here. Peanut butter egg. Look at that, Reese's. There's got to be a story behind it, but I'm not going to ask the story about that egg. Okay, so you started this when you first got here?
Yes.
Is there anything I shouldn't see in here?
No.
Okay.
You can see anything.
All right, now, this is a picture.
That's the very first day. Like all the Rotary and some of my family just came to welcome me. So that day I was surprised.
This
to
is
see
in
so
Burlington.
many. Yeah, this is in Burlington.
Do you know how many there are in the area right now, close by, within Clinton County? You don't know how many?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
That's just like my tickets from
Tickets
the plane
and things
because
that she's kept?
there was a first plane.
Pictures?
And that's Philadelphia, like when I
That was
went
that first week?
the first week.
All right. Yep. And because the time to do these things and make your little comments are the day after. And don't try to remember because you have a certain feeling then.
Yeah,
you know?
I try to do like every month. I get like the films, and I try to do oh, I forget, like my first home. And this is what I do. Like I just write September and the day, and just every day what I did or when I didn't do. Like just school, I don't write school, but just little sentences. So I remember.
How long is it going to take when you get home to go through all this with your parents and tell them all the fun you've had? You in a hurry to do that?
Yeah. Probably will do that. Or just explain people or something.
Some of the...
Yeah, those are my first family.
Is that Dr. Sniffen?
Yeah, Dr. Sniffen.
Okay, there's
and
Dr.
Judith
and
Sniffen.
Mrs. Sniffen right here.
And there I went to camp with one of the Rotarian, Kathy Judy. She's the chairperson. And she's a good wish for me.
Now, do
Just bring me
some
everywhere.
people go back to your country from here with the Rotary too?
Yeah, but it's not a real exchange. Like I host a girl from Australia for 7 months in Belgium. So it's exchange, but all around the world.
Yes,
It's
but a person from Chazy could qualify to go over to Belgium if she wanted to, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It's a great opportunity, isn't it?
Yeah, they should do it.
It's a little harder to go there if they're talking French, because there aren't many people who can speak French fluently. You have that little advantage.
I didn't speak English fluently
No?
before I came. I just learned.
I'm not going to go through the whole book. Just give you an idea of what young people think are important and the good memories here.
The soccer team.
This
This is Katie
is-
Bouchard.
Okay, the soccer team. You got all the result of all the games?
Not
too?
all of the result, but I just took one big picture and when we won. So
Okay, when you won?
yeah.
Okay, Montreal.
Montreal. That was
And-
my wedding. My daughter. My sister wedding.
Okay. I got this out of place now.
Oh, that's okay.
fell out,
It doesn't
all
have
right.
any.
And
I did the All States concert with clarinet.
you went to Allstate?
Yeah.
Did you? I'll tell you, if you were to put in dollars what this means, you couldn't
I
figure out.
couldn't.
Could not.
I
Could
couldn't.
not. Just going to be a great thing to talk about the rest of your life.
Yeah, it's in my heart.
Celine. Now these are.
That's my new house. Like
That's where you are now.
buttons,
This is where the Bottons live.
Yeah.
This is the home she's in now. Now they have to provide you with a room by yourself, right?
Yes.
We
Yeah,
had to do
that's
the
the only
same
thing,
with the, and you're expected to pitch in and do some work around the house, huh?
Yeah.
You're expected to help the dishes and
I
stuff.
mean, that was usual for me, so
Yes.
it wasn't, just
But-
help like I did in Belgium. That was
Mhm.
just a new family.
Yep. And just a little bit of everything, just great memories. For you who tuned in late, we're talking with a young lady here by the name of Celine Adnet is her last name. She's from Belgium. I can't remember the name of the town.
Fos-la-Ville.
What? Fos-la-Ville. F-O-S-S-E.
Yeah.
E-S-V-I-L-L-E. And she's over in the Chazy area, living with some people here she'll be here about 11 months, huh?
Yeah.
Altogether before she goes back. And she's already graduated from Belgium, but she's hoping to get that second graduation here, huh?
I'm really hoping that.
Well, you're working hard at that, huh? You do a
Yeah.
lot of homework now? You do your homework?
Yeah, I do like maybe
The
a little
teachers
bit
are
more.
watching you, so you better tell
Yeah.
them, huh?
Yeah, I do it. Like I try just. I probably have to do a little bit more than at the beginning, at least. I just took more time just to read English, but I did a good job, I think.
Okay.
I hope. We'll
I'm sorry that I ended up bringing the wrong machine and didn't get the slides. Do you have any home pictures with you here? Pictures of your home? No, huh?
No.
Don't have that.
Sorry.
Okay. We'll take another break and we'll come right back. We're talking with a exchange student, and she's wearing one of those bracelets like my granddaughter put on me. Friendship bracelet, correct?
We call that Brazilian bracelet in French, but I don't know what
Oh.
you call that in English.
My granddaughter called it friendship bracelet. I just glanced through this very quickly, and here's two pictures of Fiddler on the Roof, the musical. And as I mentioned, she was a male in both of them. Here she is here. That character was a
A Russian dancer.
Russian dancer right here
Okay.
with the mustache. And here she is down with the other 7 bottle dancers, where they dance with the bottle on their head. And
We balance them.
yeah, I noticed you here. I wasn't sure I could pick you out there
Yeah,
when
that's
I
fun
was.
to see.
Were you?
That's
How many they asked about those? Were those put on there with the tape,
No, no,
two-way tape? They weren't.
No,
They were really balancing
Yeah,
them.
they just put like pennies and sand. Just it would be more heavy,
Huh?
but we balanced them. And I think the first show one, I don't know who dropped it. So like people really thought that.
I saw that
Yeah,
the first note.
yeah,
I,
so-
I
no, it
figured the
wasn't
tape
tape.
came apart.
No,
No, I thought it was. I
No
thought it was
tape.
the
No
two-way
tape.
tape. You know. Okay. You were also in another play. You said.
In the senior play. I mean,
Okay.
I think I got one line. It was at the beginning, so I didn't expect.
That's your
but-
first.
Yeah, I
Your
was a
first
tree.
line in when you go to be an actress.
Yeah, I was a flying monkey in a tree.
You- All right.
That was fun.
One of the things we were talking about off camera that struck both Calvin and I, tell us about the people in Chazy.
I love them. That's already for sure. I was amazed that I think I know quite a lot of people, and I really feel like right now I just can call any of my friends and just, even if I don't want to say anything, just say hello. And usually I just met really people who were like me, or really like we get the same personality, or we just have the same hobby and the same passion. So that was really nice. I was really amazed that I could find so far away people that like could really love, and I probably will miss them a lot.
You didn't expect
That's
that, right?
I mean, I didn't know. I couldn't believe when I left Belgium. I got like friend in Belgium. I was like, it's probably the best one in the world. I mean, I got my friend in Belgium, but that's not true. I mean, I made really some good friend here, and I don't want to forget them. That's for sure. And I really want them to come see me in Belgium.
One of the problems you have with videotape, you can make a videotape and send it to your friend back and forth, is that the I've got to remember now, is it ICC? There's two different formats.
Yeah.
NTSC and ICC.
Palsicam. Palsicam.
Okay,
It's what we
that
have.
the tape that Calvin is making right now, and you will see on Hometown Cable, that tape will not play in your
No.
VCR,
We tried.
and you have to convert it when you get in there. It's like trying to make a beta play in a VHS. It's a different system, although it'll play. But you can get that copied and get a copy made, and you're going to get a copy of The Fiddler on the Roof, I hear, for that
Yeah.
also to bring.
Probably the senior play and
Right.
all what I did here.
And there's nobody around here that I know that have the conversion, because it would be nice for you to send a tape back and forth and take a little tour there and send
Yeah.
it back to your friends. I have sent a few tapes to some people in England from the Rouse celebration, and they used to have to convert them, but she now has a machine that will do both. It'll play either one. So I have sent some tapes that we've done with Peg, because they knew Peg very well. Sent her one for Christmas a year ago, and they enjoyed it very, very much. And we enjoy bringing something to you that's different, and certainly this young lady is not different, but she's one of us for this year. But what a great opportunity for her, what a great experience to leave from Belgium and come here for a year, meet some nice people.
Definitely.
And you don't have many bad experiences, I take it, right?
Yeah, no, I don't think.
Don't
Bad
have any-
experience, just I have to leave. That's
Yeah,
the
that's
only
the bad
bad
experience
thing.
you're going to have, huh?
I think so.
Your parents will be very pleased to see you. And we're better off for your having been in the area. We thank you very much for talking to
Thank
us.
you.
And for the people out there. And she's going to be here for at least 3 more months. So when you see this smiling face in and around Chazy, say, hey, I saw you on television. I didn't recognize your face in the musical because you had a mustache on,
Yeah.
or you had hair in your face, but she's staying with the Bottons, and she's been with the Sniffins. Do you get around the village very much? There's no place to walk, really, right?
Yeah, but like my friends are like all around Chazy, so I just travel from house to house. So I saw Chazy, I think,
Okay.
quite a bit.
Thank you very much for being so
Thank you.
open with us and for meeting us here. And on a spur of the moment, I called her today around 3:15. There was no answer. I left a message. She got back to me after 5, and we set this up. Calvin didn't get back from doing the ball game until after 7, and we did it all, and we finally got together here, and we've, except for my slide projector, I never looked to see what it was. It's the same shape. Other than that, we thank you very much, and thank you for watching Hometown Cable. If you're not already a patron, become a patron. 1477 Ridge Road in Champlain, New York, St. Calvin. Like what you're doing? Here's my $12, $15, $20 to keep this going for you. We'll see you next Sunday with new and different things. My name is Bob Then, and Celine Adnet, A-D-N-E-T. And that's Calvin Castine that's pointing that camera at us. He's been busy since early this morning. Good night, everybody.
Au revoir.
Yeah, we'll say that again.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Yeah, we should have spoken French a little bit. Speaking, say goodbye in French in a few words. Say something to him.
Je voudrais remercier tout le monde et je vous dis au revoir, bonne chance et merci.
She said she thanks everybody for being so nice to her, and I can't go back now. And she thanks you very much. And a lot of people out there listening understand that. We have a lot of Frenchmen. Thanks again. See you next week.
Yeah.